Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will show you how to configure and deploy not one grid bot, but two grid bots on two different platforms, one being Bitsgap, the other one being Quadency. Both grid bots will be trading the 1-inch USDT pair, and they'll be trading on the KuCoin exchange. Now, before we get too far into the weeds on configuration, if you're not familiar with Bitsgap or Quadency, they are both all-in-one crypto trading platforms that basically allow you to connect your API keys from your exchanges. And what that basically means is your money always stays on your exchange. You never send money to Quadency or Bitsgap. And by having your API keys attached to the platforms, you can use their trading terminals to do day trading. But today we're going to be focusing on their trading bots. They both offer grid trading bots. Now, as far as the investment required to get started, I will leave a link down in the description below for both Bitsgap and Quadency. Using my link for Bitsgap, you'll get a 14-day free trial, and it will be for their pro account. And that is actually the type of account that I use. Now, after your 14-day free trial, you can certainly go with the basic package for $19 a month, and that will get you two active trading bots. On Quadency, you can actually start for free. However, in order to deploy the grid bot that we'll be deploying today, you will need a pro account. Using my link down below, you can actually qualify for either a 3-month or 6-month free account on the pro level when you attach one of the qualified partner exchanges like KuCoin or Binance. And today we're going to be using KuCoin. So when you attach your KuCoin exchange, you'll get either 3 months free, or if you don't have a KuCoin account and you sign up for a new KuCoin account through their link, you will receive a 6-month free subscription to the pro level. Now that's enough jaw-jacking. Let's get to configuring these bots. I'm going to start my configuration on the Bitsgap platform. For one, it has a far superior user interface for configuring your bots. Now, before I get too far down that rabbit hole, I will be doing a Battle of the Bots update video showing the results from each bot. So now would actually be an excellent time to shoot that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Now, I also want to stress this video is purely for educational purposes. I am basically showing you how to set up these grid bots, not how to copy my grid bots. I have done my recon before I set these bots up, and I understand my risk tolerance and what I expect out of these bots. If you just copy my settings, you're going to get what I expect, not what you expect. So do your own recon. Now, with that being said, I have already determined my upper level price on the Bitsgap grid bot, and I base that on resistance for upper level and support for lower level. Now, looking at the chart, I'm actually off of the resistance level I would have preferred to put in here, which would have been around the $6 level. I had to make this adjustment in order to make the battlefield fair for the Quadency bot. They don't have as sophisticated settings, so I actually had to make some adjustments that I would not normally have made. However, the fact that Bitsgap has the trailing up feature over here and I have it enabled, if the price action moves up past this level, it will move the grid up along with the price action. So I'm okay having a lower upper price level than I would have initially deployed. Now, for my lower level, I did lock it in around what I saw as support in this area off of these couple of wicks in here. So with my lower and upper price set with the trailing up feature enabled, I now look at grid spacing. And again, I'm trying to make this equal on both bots, so they are not necessarily the exact numbers I might have wanted to go with. So with that being said, the maximum grid levels I have at 60. That is primarily because that's the maximum number of grids that Quadency offers for their bots, is 60 grids. And then my grid spacing becomes 0.48%, and the grid spacing is basically the space between these red lines and the green lines. The red lines represent limit orders on the sell side, and the green lines represent limit orders on the buy side. So as the price goes down, the bot is buying, and as the price goes up, the bot is selling for profits. And so then you're looking at basically a 0.48% profit each time the price action hits one of these grids or limit orders on the way up. And so with my grid spacing and grid levels all set, there's two extra features on the Bitsgap. One is take profit. That would allow you to set a take profit percentage of, say, like 5%, and then the bot would close out your positions and take that 5% profit once the bot had achieved 5% profit. I do not typically enable this feature. I actually let my bots run. If you're going to be an elite trader, you need to deploy a stop loss. Not having a stop loss is like going into battle without armor. You're going to get killed. And so my stop loss level is going to actually take into consider that long wick, because I don't want to get stopped out on a crash like that. So I'm going to come down around the 350 level, and I typically don't go with round numbers, so I'll do it at 349. And so that's where my stop loss is going to be at. If for some reason 1 inch is crashing down below there, I want to stop, regroup, and perhaps redeploy with a different strategy. So now with all my parameters basically set up, the strategy I'll be using today will be S-Spot. Bitsgap offers two different strategies. The S-Spot I find works best in a consolidating market like we see here moving sideways, and an uptrending market as well, and this has been, and 1 inch has been trending up as well. And so that is why I'm selecting the S-Spot. Obviously, Qcoin's the exchange, the pair is 1 inch USDT, and then my investment amount, I'm going to give each bot $300 worth of ammo. And when I deploy the Bitsgap bot, it is going to buy around 25 1 inch tokens in order to satisfy these limit sell orders on the way up. You've got to actually hold some 1 inch in order to satisfy these limit orders as the price action hits each grid level. And so that is why the bot must buy some 1 inch initially, and then it needs to hold some USDT to fulfill buy orders on the way down as it hits these green lines or buy limit orders. Now with all my parameters in place, I want to do a back test. Another feature Bitsgap offers that Quadency does not. So I hit the back test button, and so the results look like they'll be profitable. Now keep in mind, back test results do not guarantee future results. This is basically just doing more recon before you deploy your bot. So everything looks good, and this bot is ready to be deployed. Now before I deploy this bot, I want to configure the Quadency bot so I can try to deploy them at similar times. So let's jump over to the Quadency platform. And from the Quadency platform, once you're signed into your account and you have connected an exchange, now in order to connect an exchange from the dashboard, you would just click on Add Account and an exchange account. And then you can select from an exchange that they offer. And as you can see, we're using Qcoin today, and that bonus offer is 6 to 3 months free of the Pro version of their subscription. So we'll jump back over to the dashboard, and from the dashboard, I want to select bots across the top menu in order to find the bots. And if you click on available bots, that will show you a list of the bots that Quadency actually offers. And the bot we're looking at today is the Grid Trader. And I've already started setting up this Grid Trader again, trying to match apples to apples on both platforms. And the first setting is configuration name, and I just named it 1 inch grid. The exchange I selected from my list of exchanges was Qcoin. The account is the API key, which was Qcoin. The market, I can basically type in whatever market I want, and then it will come up with your pair, and in this case it is 1 inch USDT, and then it shows the amount I have available on Qcoin, and so far I have 1,500 available in USDT and 0 in 1 inch. Now what's different between, again, platforms, Bitsgap will go ahead when I hit start, for example, it will tell me it's going to automatically place a buy order for the number of 1 inch that I need. Quadency actually requires me to buy the 1 inch manually myself before I deploy the bot in order for it to work. So I need to go out and buy approximately 25 1-inch tokens in order to match what Bitsgap is going to have. So in order to do that, I can jump over to the trade platform by clicking on the menu at the top of the screen. And then in this case, I need to select my exchange, and that's going to be Qcoin. And I want to buy 1-inch USDT. So I need to search for 1-inch USDT. And I'm going to leave this as a market order because that is how Bitsgap is going to fill the order. And then I want to buy 25 1-inch tokens, and it tells me the total, and then I hit the send by order. Now I'm going to send that order at the same time that I send the Bitsgap order, so I'm going to hold on that for a moment and jump back to it in a second. But first, let's finish configuring the bot itself. So I will end up with 25 1-inch tokens. The number of grids is going to be 60, which matches the number of grids over on Bitsgap. And then the distance between grids, we want that to be 0.48%. And then the amount per order is going to be 1-inch token, which if you do the math, that's approximately what this spacing would equate to as well, is approximately 1-inch token per grid. And then when price exits grid, what do I want it to do? They have an option of do nothing. Now they don't have the exact same feature that Bitsgap has as far as rebuilding the grid on the way up, where it just adds grids one at a time on the way up. The platform allows you to choose between do nothing and wait for the price to re-enter the grid, cancel all orders, close all positions, meaning selling off all your positions and stopping the bot, or cancel all orders and stop bot. The last option is recreate grid around exit price and continue trading. Now this is probably the closest I can get to the trailing up feature of Bitsgap. However, it doesn't just add a couple lines. It basically recreates the entire grid around the current price action. And that basically entails all of your existing limit orders on the grid. Like if we go back to Bitsgap, another feature that Quadency doesn't offer is a nice chart to get an idea of what the grid would look like. So I'm going to use Bitsgap for that example. The recreation of the grid on Quadency would entail all of these orders being canceled, and then the grid being rebuilt up at this level. Let's say we exceeded the price level. It will rebuild the grid at this level on up. So you would have all these limit orders from this level up and all these limit orders on the buy side from this level down. So it's a major adjustment to the grid. And that's actually what I'm going to choose because it's as close as I can get. And I think that's good enough for this Battle of the Bots experiment. All my settings are good to go. There's no other settings down here on the screen. And so we'd be ready to start the live bot after I buy those 1-inch tokens. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and deploy the Bitsgap bot. I just need to click the start button. Yes, buy those 1-inch tokens. And this market order has been placed. Market order has been filled. So now I will go and send my buy order over on Quadency and successfully submitted order to Qcoin. And then we'll hit start live to deploy this bot. And that is starting to load. And if we jump back over to Bitsgap, we can see the grids are starting to fill in. And the bot has been started over on Bitsgap. And the bot is still starting to load over on Quadency. And it looks like the Quadency grid bot is starting to fill in its grids. And now with the Quadency grid bot and the Bitsgap grid bot live, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I will be doing an update video in the future on how this BattleBot war is going on. So now is a good time to shoot that subscribe button. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave those in the comment section down below. I will leave a link to both Quadency and Bitsgap in the description down below. And until next time, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.